Hey, everybody out there in Cryptid Land. Me and my buddy Dirty over there have a very distinguished guest with us tonight, scientist from India, Dijo Thomas. And he's going to be telling us about his new discoveries in the cryptid world. And they're really strange and a little scary, too. So join us tonight on the
Cryptid Quest Podcast.
Tonight on the Cryptid Quest Podcast, we are honored to have Dijo Thomas on with us. He is a scientist from India, and he's made some really cool discoveries in the world of cryptids. And he's going to share that information with us tonight and tell us about his discoveries and what they are, because these are some I've not heard of, and I'm really interested in hearing about it. So without further ado, Dr. Dijo Thomas is on the show. All right. So, which of the cryptids that you've discovered did you want to start off with?
Maybe today we can start with Neelagiri Kaduva or Neelagiri Tiger, my first major discovery.
Okay. And
yeah.
So, what exactly is this species? You say it's a species of tiger?
Yeah. Before that, actually, I am not a doctor because I don't have doctorate.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I am Dijo Thomas only.
Okay.
And by the way, most of these the doctorate people doesn't have discoveries. That is another fact.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry to mention that.
That's okay.
Because the problem is that people really doesn't understand the difference between a PhD, a researcher, and a scientist.
Okay. I definitely
that
don't.
Is also a good. Yeah, that I think that is a good topic to start with.
All right.
Because this is very important.
Okay. All right.
Actually, a PhD doesn't mean that a person is having a PhD or a doctorate. Doesn't mean that a person is having a discovery or he is a scientist.
Okay. All right.
It is only that he has studied a little on certain topics.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And he was accorded a PhD by a university for his studies on that particular topic.
Okay. All right.
But that doesn't mean that he has any discovery on that topic or any discovery at all.
Okay. All right.
So that is PhD.
Yeah.
Now, second is researcher. Researcher means a person is researching on a particular subject related to science. So you can call him a researcher, but that again doesn't mean that he's a scientist. He's only a researcher doing the research. He may or may not have a discovery.
Okay. All right.
Now the third is scientist. You can use the term scientist only, that is, if and only if a person has a valid discovery.
Okay.
Which has been scientifically proven.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Then only a person can be called a scientist. And just claiming that I have seen an animal doesn't mean that he's a scientist.
Okay.
That can be attributed as a probable discovery. But when that discovery is scientifically proven, then only that sighting becomes a valid discovery. And the person who discovered it can be called a scientist only after he scientifically proves his findings.
Okay. Okay. And that's how.
Yeah. Actually,
that's how you got, because you've discovered and scientifically proven these animals or creatures. Okay. All right. Very cool.
Exactly. So, I have many discoveries, and this is only the first one.
Okay.
So I can. I am a scientist because I have not only discovered it, but also scientifically proved my discoveries.
All right. Awesome. Well,
but Yeah, thank you very much. And actually, this is a very important point because the world over, people doesn't understand this, and therefore, many people who loves science claims to be scientist, but actually that is not correct. uh, Actually, love of science is a very good thing, but that doesn't make him a scientist. Any person, if it is if it is Isaac Newton, if it is Einstein, if it is Nikola Tesla or Madame Curie or anyone for that matter, if and only if a person has a valid discovery which is scientifically proven, can he be or she be called a scientist? And therefore this is a very important thing that people should understand first. And
Okay.
now we can go on to Neelagiri Kaduva uh, or Neelagiri Tiger.
All right. I'm dying to hear it.
Yeah, thank you. And Neelagiri Kaduva means Neelagiri Tiger. That is Kaduva in Malayalam, the language of Kerala, the southernmost state in India, means tiger.
Okay.
Kaduva means. And Neelagiri, I gave this name to this animal in honor of the Western Ghats, the mountain ranges which stretches from uh, the Tamil Nadu state, uh, comes through Kerala, and almost stretches all the entire western coast of India
Oh,
till
wow.
Gujarat. Yeah, it's a huge mountain range, and I do my experiments, research. I play with my favorite wildlife like wild elephants, wild tigers, wild leopards, wild goats, all in this Western Ghats region mostly, which is very favorite to me. And it is a mostly in Kerala. You have very beautiful forest, dense forest, which has high amount of energy, and that is my favorite place. And the Western Ghats in reality influence the whole climate of the planet because it is a huge mountain range stretching from for this much kilometers long, and it's a mountain range, and the most of the mountain range has very good height also. This and it is mostly covered with forest also, dense forest also. So the Western Ghats of India influence not only the Indian climate but also the climate of the whole planet,
Oh, okay.
especially the monsoon. So when I discovered Neelagiri Kaduva, which is as big as tiger, Neelagiri Kaduva is as big as tiger. Uh, it looks like a tiger at a single side, but its face is similar to that of a female lion or a dog.
Okay.
Its face is different from that of a tiger. It has faded stripes similar to that of the tiger, but not exactly the stripes, but it's more faded in nature. It has also small dots on its body. It
Oh,
is reddish brown in color. Yeah, it is reddish brown in color.
so
And
I
my finding is that Neelagiri Kaduva is an atom bomb in wildlife science.
okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
found
why? Because
I saw a picture of it. So when we
yeah,
put this up, maybe we could tag that on there if that's okay. Yeah, I was looking and
yeah,
reading on it, and that's one of the things that said it
yeah.
doesn't retract its claws. Is that one of
No,
the?
that's a very important point that you are asking.
Yeah.
I actually, when I proved it scientifically, I have taken many variables to prove it scientifically. And its puck marks is a clear and very important evidence of its existence. We have the puck mark size to that of a fully adult tiger, which is 12 centimeters, the maximum puck mark size that we have obtained, which is in Thrissur district of Kerala. Uh, and the puck mark has three major differences from that of a tiger's puck mark. So clearly, it is not a tiger.
Okay.
That's how I proved it. I proved it scientifically. At the same time, this puck mark has 100% of the puck marks has claws in it,
Okay.
implying that the claws are non-rectatum.
Ah, very cool.
Yeah. So the question that you asked is a very important question.
Yeah. All right. So,
Yeah.
what else can you
Yeah.
tell us about it? Like maybe it's prey, or I mean, this is you. You're the expert on this thing, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so, do you know much about its diet or its home range, or
Yeah.
maybe how many
Yeah.
are out there?
Yeah. Yeah. I discovered Neelagiri Kaduva for the first time in the world on 25th September 2014.
Okay.
Yeah. But even before that, for around 12 years, I was searching for this animal
So
because
what?
I was 100% sure that this animal existed.
Mm-hmm.
And when somebody hears this, it may sound very strange. If you say, yeah, you can be sure that an animal existed even before you discovered it, even before you saw it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will tell you how I was sure and why I was sure. Actually, I heard about Neelagiri Kaduva from a hunter,
Okay.
a ex-hunter at that, in the Idukki district of Kerala state in India. He was an ex-hunter. When I saw it about 12 years before my discovery, that would be sometime in 2002.
Okay.
I had this nature of going into forest, remote places like that. I enjoy very much traveling inside forest, especially after wild elephants. I go very near wild elephants, play with them. So on such a trip, there is a place called Thommankut in Idukki district. That is a waterfall. There are 7 waterfalls.
Oh wow.
And there I met a forest watcher who was formerly a hunter, but he was educated. The forest department changed him and made him a forest watcher.
Okay.
So he was working for the forest department. The watcher is the lowest rank in Kerala Forest Department or Indian Forest Department. They may be tribals or non-tribals who have some sort of experience with forest, like living near forest, ex-hunters like that. But they may not have a formal education.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So this person was like that. He was an ex-hunter. He was a very good hunter. He used to hunt alone deep inside Idukki forest. Uh, so he told me he had seen a animal like a lion. So actually, why he told me was that, see, at that time I have never discovered any animal, or I didn't have even the thought of discovering a new species. But when I saw him, not only him, whenever I go near forest, I had this strange habit which I cannot explain, of asking whether there is any rare species living in that forest. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
You just ask them if there's any. I mean, that's the best way to. You know,
Yeah.
you go out and talk to the people that are out in the
Yeah.
jungles, the forests, and
Yeah.
they're there all the time. Those are going to be the people that
Yeah.
that see these things or these creatures, and so even though they're not scientifically discovered yet, it gives you somewhere to start because, hey, these people lived here all their lives and this is what they
Yeah.
see, so it must be here somewhere. So, and that's where you
Yeah.
started.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I just asked in case there was some sound problem. I want to check that. That's
Oh,
why.
yeah, no, I can hear you
Uh,
fine.
yeah.
I'm just trying to
So,
hold back my
uh,
questions so I can let you roll with it.
okay, great. And the thing is that I had, I don't know, I cannot explain it, but I asked him the question whether is there any rare species living inside forest, because it is known that there is no rare species. Nothing was reported like that.
Hmm.
So he told me he saw an animal which looked like a female lion, reddish brown in color or something tan like color, reddish brown color, while he was a hunter many years back. Actually, at first I became very angry. I thought he was pulling my hair.
Hmm. Pulling your
He
hair?
was, yeah, pulling my hair. I think there is a phrase like that,
Yeah,
right?
here in the States we say pulling my leg.
Okay, then pulling
Pulling my leg.
my leg.
Hmm.
He was making fun of me because I asked such a question. So I became very angry.
Yeah.
Uh, he went on describing it. He saw this animal in broad daylight at around noontime, in broad good daylight,
Yeah.
and very near. Yeah, about 15 or 20 feet away from
Oh boy,
him.
that is
So
close.
yeah, that's really close, and there is no question of him being mistaken if he was telling the truth.
Hmm.
And I didn't think that he was telling the truth, to be frank. But, he went on describing this animal. He became very much afraid because the size he told me was again like that of a lion.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, pretty big. And it was standing on a rock. So, and he was in a little big depression, not very much depression. He was standing in a depression, but almost same level. Both were same level and only 15 or 20 feet away. And he became very much afraid because when this animal had the sound of this hunter, it immediately stood up on the rock where he was, uh, uh, where it was lying, and he became very afraid. He ran from there, and
I don't blame him.
but he had a very good look at this animal, and I became very angry with him, and I started questioning him. I grilled him like anything,
Yeah.
but he was repeating this story. I grilled him, in fact, for about 45 minutes on this single point. And he told me that he didn't know what animal this was, but he repeated the same story only. It looked something like a lion. And I was shocked. Finally, I was convinced that he was telling the truth. He had even the pain in his eyes that I was not believing him. And yeah, but he didn't know what animal it was.
Yeah.
Then after a few years, so I became sure that there was something, a huge predator inside the Idiki forest, which this man saw, but it was not documented anywhere. Actually, Idiki district has one of the most beautiful as well as dense forest in the whole of India.
Okay.
Yeah, our first tiger project was started in Periyar Tiger Reserve, which is again in Idiki district. And Idiki district is a high altitude region, the whole of the district.
Okay.
And it is one of the most beautiful places that I have seen on earth. And it is my favorite place. So I immediately I understood that there is quite a chance that a species might exist without the wildlife experts knowing it.
Hmm.
But I was quite shocked that it could be that of the size of a lion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Th-
And my second information of Neelagiri tiger came from another state, Karnataka state, which is our adjacent state. again in the Western Ghats region. It's a Mangalore, near Mangalore city.
Okay.
Yeah. There I went to the farmhouse, a big estate of my friend's wife's house. If Actually, about 2 years after my first hearing of Neelagiri Kaduva, at that time I didn't know that it was Neelagiri Kaduva. So
Mm-hmm.
there was no name for the animal,
Yeah.
only the description.
Okay.
So when I went there, their small estate is near to that of a forest. Actually, it is three sites covered by the forest. Uh, so uh, so my friend's father-in-law told me that he's a farmer. He has been living there for many years, but he's from our state. He told me that there is a strange animal coming and catching their dogs.
They're dogs.
He called they are mainly the dogs. It
Okay.
won't attack other animals. It comes mainly to catch dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that because he understood that I am a wildlife expert and I am very much interested in wildlife. So he told me about this animal. He named it Patti Kaduva. Patti Kaduva means dog tiger
Oh.
in Malayalam language.
Okay.
Yeah, he told me that he has seen 2 times it catching dogs very near to where he was standing, their dog only. And this animal was not afraid of human beings, but he told me it never attacks humans.
So I got
This
a
is the
quick question. So
it,
do
wo-
you
it,
do
it
you
won't it won't attack human beings.
okay?
Never.
So do you think this the tiger you're talking about is more closely related to cats or maybe dogs? Because I know dogs can't retract their claws, and you say it's got kind of a dog face, but it kind of looks like a lion in the same. Do you have any which one it might be
Yeah.
closer to or something in between?
Very very good question. Actually, that if when I answer that question, it covers one of the most important findings of me regarding Neelagiri Kaduva. Actually, as I told, it has the body of a tiger,
Mm-hmm.
face similar to that of a female lion or a dog, and its claws are non-retractable like dogs. Uh, I have been studying this animal for many years now. This animal is a chase hunter like a tiger.
Okay.
It has the smell similar to that of a tiger. It has stripes similar to that of a tiger. Uh, it is a lone hunter again like a tiger, as I told. And its main prey are dogs. So after a deep research, I came to the conclusion that Neelagiri Kaduva is the common ancestor of cat family, canine, dog family, and hyena families.
Oh.
These three families evolved from this single animal.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a amazing. It's a
So
wonderful species.
so dogs,
Yeah.
cats, and hyenas all branched off.
Yeah.
Okay.
These three species evolved from this animal, and this animal has the physical features as well as behavior pattern, hunting pattern, etc. of these three species combined.
It makes sense because it does sound like it's a combination of all of it if you look at all the aspects of it.
Yeah. And that's why I call Neelagiri Kaduva as an atom bomb in wildlife science as well as evolutionary science.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Because this is that much important species.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and see, when a scientist have some findings, he would be explain many things which usually may not be visible to the layman.
Okay.
Uh, Actually, this how I came to the conclusion that it is a prehistoric species is from many different factors.
All right.
One point I can tell you right now. See, Neelagiri Kaduva has been discovered only in the southernmost three states of India. It has not been reported from anywhere else in the world. Uh, though, and another thing is that even fossils of this animal has not been discovered anywhere else in the world.
Huh. So no
Yeah,
fossils have
that
been
means
found either.
yeah, that
Okay.
means Neelagiri Kaduva is a very prehistoric animal and it has become extinct from all other places. When we speak of the actually cat family, dog family, and hyena families have a common ancestor. The science knows that
Mm-hmm.
because these three species are very closely related.
Okay.
But what that animal is a very big, one of the biggest mysteries in science.
Yeah, I would say.
And, and yeah, and I solved that mystery.
That's
That
awesome.
missing link which connects these three species, which is the common ancestor of these three species, is the Neelagiri Kaduva, that is the Neelagiri tiger.
Well, with that kind of success, we need to get you over here in the States so you can discover some more things about Bigfoot.
Can you please repeat it? I didn't
I
get you.
said
Sorry.
with a track record like that, we need to get you over here in the States where you can help us find Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Sasquatch?
correct. Actually, yeah, Sasquatch. I have great respect for the cryptozoologists and Bigfoot researchers in America.
Yeah, it sounds like a
Uh,
similar situation, but
exactly similar situation. There is only one difference. Whereas Neelagiri Kaduva has been scientifically proven, Bigfoot, there are many evidences, but uh, one more step is needed, that is scientifically proving it.
all right.
And that is one area where I can help the Bigfoot researchers in America.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, and now I am getting in contact with a lot of Bigfoot researchers in America.
Well, maybe I can throw a few your way. I know a few of them, so maybe I'll
Yeah,
give them your name and tell them to get a hold of
include
you. I said maybe I'll give
pardon.
them. I said maybe I'll give them your name and tell them to get a hold of you.
Thank you. And actually, you yourself is a Bigfoot researcher, right?
Yes, I research, do podcasts. I'm
Yeah,
an enthusiast, a researcher. Definitely nowhere
yeah.
near a scientist, though.
No.
Yeah,
See, sorry, I didn't say that statement to belittle anyone. I respect everyone
yeah,
who does a valid research. I
yeah.
have great respect for researchers. Whom I don't have respect is for the negative skeptics.
I'm sorry. The
There are
what?
yeah, I think you have a lot of experience with negative skeptics in America.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, see, there are it is not you are the people who are right. The cryptozoologists and the researchers are the right people, and the skeptics and the conventional so-called biologists and zoologists are in the wrong. I can easily see that. Anywhere in the world, it is right now. That is a very deep topic. Actually, we can do another program on the drawbacks of the present day scientists, so-called scientists, who are not scientists, real scientists, and the biologists and zoologists who work in top universities, who work in government research institutions like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and uh, I have to mention. Just I will mention. We can do it later. You are well versed with the chupacabra, right?
Chupacabra. Yeah, that's out here. That's the Mexican um, legend of the goat
Yeah,
sucker, is what they call it.
yeah,
So, and you have discovered a species of that in
yeah.
India, and
Correct,
I think I read it. It says they call it like a vampire kangaroo.
correct.
Okay,
Actually, my second discovery is nothing but the legendary and the mysterious chupacabra
the mysterious chupacabra.
with with real photos and videos. That is also scientifically proven, and many skeptics and the topmost scientists and the researchers, uh, biologists, zoologists, everyone in USA's top universities are saying that chupacabra doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I have discovered chupacabras in very different countries. The latest in America, USA, with real photos. And I scientifically proved all of this. So we can do that as a separate program later on. Uh, but what I was mentioning was that the so-called conventional researchers and biologists in top universities are often very wrong. Whether it is in the case of Neelagiri Kaduva, Bigfoot, Chupacabra, the Chupacabra which I discovered in India is, I named it Raktha Athika.
Okay.
That was in 2016. Yeah. And so we should, the thing is that I can help in the research and scientific proving of Bigfoot if the top researchers there request me to do that, because I don't want to jump the gun or overtake the researchers there. No, I will not do that,
Yeah.
because I respect the research that you have been doing for this long.
Yeah. I got
And
you.
I don't want any credit about Bigfoot discovery. The whole credit can be taken by the top researchers who have dedicated their life in researching and proving Bigfoot in America. I don't want the credit. They can take the credit.
Yeah.
But I can help with the method.
There you go.
And this method is the most, one of the most important. It is as important as the discovery of the rare species which I had. I have invented a new method, first time in the world, to prove a new species scientifically without photos, direct sighting, specimen, taxonomy, or DNA test. Without these five criteria, I can scientifically prove a new species.
Well,
The
that's what I'm
method is
talking
called
about.
F3. Yeah, the method is called F3B NSPM method. Facts, features, factors, etc. based new species scientifically proving method. F3B NSPM method. I have published the scientific logic of this method. I have published the how this method scientifically proves Neelagiri Kaduva, Raktha Athika, American Chupacabra. Every species I discovered, I have proved with this method, and it is highly scientific.
Awesome.
And the conventional biologists, they are foolish in not only, sorry to be a little bit harsh, because you have to, somebody has to say that the so-called researchers are stark naked, right?
Yeah.
The so-called conventional biologists are stark naked. And though it may not be politically correct, I don't mind doing that, because these so-called useless biologists who doesn't have any discoveries of their own are doing a great harm to science. Yes, in the name of science, they are actually doing a big harm for the science the world over.
So because they're not giving
And
it a
somebody,
chance.
yeah, and somebody has to take on them. And I have been taking on them, and that's how I am proving all these things. For example, Ben Rafford, who had written the book on Chupacabra, you know, you may
Okay.
have heard about him,
Yeah.
Ben Rafford. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, he has accepted my finding of Chupacabra. Can you
Oh,
believe that?
yeah, that's very
Yeah,
cool.
he has accepted my finding of Chupacabra, but not directly. So next time when we do another show on Chupacabra, I will explain how Ben Rafford was forced to accept my finding. You can put
Okay.
it that way correctly. Yeah,
All
he
right.
was forced. Yeah, I challenged him for a debate. He initially didn't reply. Then I gave him an ultimatum. Then he responded, but he was not ready to accept my challenge of an open debate between us in front of the international media regarding Chupacabra.
Ah,
Yeah, in scientific parlance, that means that he has accepted my finding of Chupacabra.
I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
that's how science works. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, yeah, see, when my ask, see, more than 500 media reports in mainstream media, in the most prominent newspapers, TV channels, etc. in India. More than 500 media reports have come about Neelagiri Kaduva or Neelagiri Tiger alone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even more reports have come about my other discoveries.
Hmm. So, with the and how do you say the name of the vampire kangaroo again? How do you pronounce the
It is,
name?
it is the Indian this vampire kangaroo or the Indian Chupacabra. I named it Raktha Athika.
Raktha
Raktha
Athika?
Athika.
Okay. Well,
Correct. You're absolutely right.
I'll just call it a vampire
Raktha means,
kangaroo if that's okay.
yeah, Raktha means blood, and Athika means multiple. Because
Oh,
the main food of chupacabras, including Raktha Athika, are the blood of its prey.
so it drains its
It doesn't,
prey of blood?
correct, it doesn't eat the flesh at all.
Huh. So what does it usually prey on? Do you know?
Actually, I have done an extensive research on that animal, but we can do that as a later program because Neelagiri Kaduva is itself a very big, huge subject.
Okay.
So whenever you say we can do one on, especially on chupacabras, including Raktha Athika. Otherwise, it would be confusing for the listeners if we mix the both of.
Oh, it can be confusing for me
Yeah,
too.
yeah, correct. So now I think we can continue with the Neelagiri Kaduva.
Okay.
Yeah. So this F3B NSPM method, I have used about 200 variables or factors and more than 400, about 400 points. That is a vast number of points to scientifically prove that Neelagiri Kaduva is a new species. And it is highly scientific. I will tell you how. I have taken the attacking pattern, behavior pattern, hunting pattern, eating habit. As you know, all these will be different for each and every species, right?
Correct.
Then the size of the animal, color of the animal, design on its body, It's as I told, it's attitude towards human beings. That is whether it attacks humans or not. Then, for example, leopards easily attack human beings. Tiger is more intelligent. Tiger will not attack human beings that easily, but if he goes for a human, then the human doesn't stand a chance at all.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the third animal, Neelagiri Kaduva, which is even bigger than the leopard. So, this Neelagiri Kaduva will never attack human beings. So, this is a variable in my method. You get my method?
Yeah. So,
Yeah. So, this is one variable. Another variable is its puck marks, which we already discussed. Puck marks has three differences from a tiger's puck marks, and it has claws are visible in 100% puck marks in many places, implying that the claws are non-retractable, whereas tigers' puck marks are retractable. So this is another variable. Then food habit. Neelagiri Kaduva's main prey are dogs. This is a third variable. All the I have told a lot of variables now, but I am giving a detailed example of three variables now. Neelagiri Kaduva comes into villages in the dead of the night to catch dogs. That's how the people living near the villages in these three states, people living in villages near the forest in these three states know Neelagiri Kaduva, and they see Neelagiri Kaduva very rarely when it comes in the night to catch the dogs.
okay.
So, yeah. So the Neelagiri Kaduva will catch a dog, it will put it on its back and then go into the forest. It will not eat the dog where it catches it.
Huh.
So this is a trait different from tiger or a leopard. Tiger or a leopard will drag, if it comes into villages, it will take the prey or drag it to a small distance and it will eat there itself. It will not take it to forest. But Neelagiri Kaduva will never do that with dogs. It will take it to its hiding place. There only, in the secluded place only, it will eat dogs. But goats mostly it will eat where it catches it because goats are a little more difficult to carry.
Okay.
Yeah, and also the size would be there, and mostly the goats would be tied to the its pen, so it will be difficult to take the goats away. So mostly Neelagiri Kaduva would eat goats where it catches, but other prey it will the dogs especially it will take into the forest.
All right.
And actually, this fascinated me a lot because no other animal does this.
Yeah, that's a strange.
Uh,
That's strange.
Yeah, it's very strange, and especially it carries the dog on its back only. It will put it on its back, not it will not bite the dog and take it to its hiding place.
Okay, so it doesn't carry it
It will
off with its
carry it on the
mouth.
back. Yeah, I have multiple eyewitnesses who are independent, whom I have interviewed, who has verified this fact from many places. So I am 100% now sure it is like that. It is doing like that only.
Okay.
Even before my discovery, I knew about this factor.
Okay. So people have seen it carrying dogs off in this fashion.
So I have told about a few factors. Another factor is its eating habit, how it eats, which I again a little bit I explained, but I can explain very elaborately. Then its size, because it is the size of a tiger, the color, the reddish brown in color. It has stripes similar to that of a tiger, as I told. So then I have interviewed more than 350 eyewitnesses.
Oh wow.
Yeah, who has directly seen Neelagiri Kaduva in three states, not one place. You get me? And they are all saying the correct same thing. Uh, and I can send you a small video. I have uploaded a few videos of this eyewitness in my YouTube channel.
Oh
I'm not
okay.
active in YouTube. Yeah, because I don't get time to do all these videos, and I don't like editing, to be frank.
Yeah.
So my news comes in the major newspapers. That's how I release my findings,
Okay.
which you can see in my website and all. And I have sent you some samples also. So I have interviewed more than 350 eyewitnesses in 3 states.
Oh wow. 350?
Mostly, yeah, more than 350.
Oh wow.
These eyewitness include historical eyewitness uh, who knows about Neelagiri Kaduva from their ancestors, and there are incident eyewitness, whom I classify as incident eyewitness is that there are eyewitness when Neelagiri Kaduva comes into villages to cat dogs uh, in the recent times or when I am present in a region. So this incident eyewitness are the best eyewitness. They see Neelagiri Kaduva live while it is catching prey in villages at present. And when Neelagiri Kaduva comes into any village in any place in Kerala, now I get messages because all the people in Kerala knows that I discovered it. I am doing a research on it. So they send me the details that such an attack is taking place. That's how I come to know whether I am in Tamil Nadu, another state, doing research, whether anywhere in India, whether I am in Delhi now, wherever I am, they send me the details of the attack. So that's how I come to know that the attack is taking place. And initially, or if I am somewhere nearby, I will immediately go to that place, stay there for many weeks, track this Neelagiri Kaduva because Neelagiri Kaduva, another feature of Neelagiri Kaduva, it has the highest migratory pattern of any big cats.
Oh wow.
It migrates up to 150 kilometer in length.
So it might
And
is that like its
50,
area or is that like its home range? 150
yeah,
kilometers?
that's correct.
Okay.
You are absolutely right. It's something like this home range, and it will be maybe wide by 50, 70 kilometers
Okay.
and length by 150 kilometers, roughly.
All right.
Uh, yeah. In a year, it migrates to and fro this 150 kilometers 2 or 3 times.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And it migrates mainly to catch dogs, its main prey.
Hmm. That's
Yeah. Because Neelagiri Kaduva stays in a single place only for a few weeks, maybe some days or a few weeks. Mostly, the maximum I have observed is 1.5 months. Then it will move to another place. And one main reason for this migration is that when Neelagiri Kaduva comes to a place, say Kilimanur in Trivandrum district,
mm-hmm.
and stays there, the after a few days, the dogs will understand that Neelagiri Kaduva is there. So the dogs will move to a little farther or a safer place. And so, Neelagiri Kaduva will get maximum for 1 month only, or 6 weeks maximum. By then, the dogs would have moved out of that area totally, and so Neelagiri Kaduva will move to another place. And when the dogs are 100% sure that Neelagiri Kaduva has moved away, then only they will come back to that place.
So basically it's moving in a territory, getting everything it can get until the prey becomes wise to it,
Yeah,
and then moves on to another
yeah, correct,
spot, and so on and so
correct.
forth. Okay.
So yeah, this for example, my second discovery is in Thrissur district of Kerala, and in Thrissur district, I have verified that was in 2016, 2 years after my first discovery, and the distance between Trivandrum and Thrissur is, I think, roughly about 250 kilometers, roughly 250 kilometers.
Okay.
So
250?
this is a different population altogether, and this population never goes into forest.
Huh.
Yeah, it stays in the coastal belt of Thrissur, and you will be shocked to know that there are no forests at all in that area.
Wow. None at all?
Yeah, yeah,
Huh. I am
no forest
shocked.
at all. Yeah. It's a very fascinating feature of this Neelagiri Kaduva. So it points to the fact, and that is a mostly a densely populated area.
Okay.
And I did my field research on Neelagiri Kaduva for 2 years by staying in that place.
2 years?
2 years,
Oh,
yeah, 2 years, continuous 2 years research by staying in the coastal belt of Thrissur, tracking this Neelagiri Kaduva.
wow. That's putting in some time on it.
Yeah, and that was in the year 2016 and 2017.
Okay.
Actually, uh, before that, only a few media reports had come about my discovery because the mainstream media were afraid to report on this animal, especially since there are no pictures of Neelagiri Kaduva.
Yeah. Well, I can
At,
kind of
at that,
understand that.
yeah, I can. If you check, all those media reports came even without it, the drawing. The first drawing I of Neelagiri Kaduva I did only in 2018.
Okay.
Few
The
years
dr-
later.
the drawing I saw
Yeah,
is one you did.
yeah, uh,
Okay.
yeah. The color drawing I did on 2020. The black and white drawing I did a artist in Andhra Pradesh, Visakhapatnam. Ravi, his name is Ravi. He did it for me in 2018. So even still in Thrissur, once I discovered it, the media were and the scientists, everyone accepted my discovery of Neelagiri Kaduva. Neelagiri Kaduva got the maximum publicity after my research, 2 year research, which I during the time while I was doing the 2 year research in Thrissur district.
Okay.
Yeah, and now coming back to my theory, like this, I take all the variables, different variables, like eyewitness accounts, puckmark. Puckmark is a clear evidence because no two animals will have same puckmark.
Yeah.
They may have similar puckmark, not the same.
Hmm.
And I am a person who tracks tiger and all, tiger, leopard in the wild, deep inside the forest, alone. I do my research alone. I go after the tiger, leopard,
Ooh,
wild elephants alone inside the forest.
that's brave.
Not even with the forest department people. Yeah, because I am actually a loner, like the lone tusker.
Okay.
Like we have lone tuskers. This method, that's how I scientifically proved it. And so this Neelagiri Kaduva has a high migratory range.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, now I scientifically proved Neelagiri Kaduva again in Indian Science Congress.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I validated my new method, new invention F3B NSPM method, as well as my discovery of Neelagiri Kaduva in first in 1/3 Indian Science Congress in the year 2016, which was conducted at SV University. Which was conducted at Mysore University in Karnataka State.
Okay. So,
The Mysore, actually, so I will say it again. You can please edit it. Uh, I, uh, the first time I presented, I will say it again. I validated my discovery and scientific proving of Neelagiri Kaduva in the Indian Science Congress. Indian Science Congress is the largest congregation of the topmost scientists in India. Every year, Indian Science Congress is held from 1st to 6th January. And every year, Indian Science Congress is inaugurated by the Prime Minister of India himself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because the government attaches that much importance for Indian Science Congress.
Very cool. So you got some weight behind you.
Yeah, and this there are different sections for each subject.
So,
And
okay.
I presented, my two scientific papers, one on the discovery of Neelagiri Kaduva and one on the F3B NSPM method. Two scientific papers in 1/3 Indian Science Congress in the environment section. Actually, initially, the scientists there were not that much receptive for me to present the paper because I didn't register for the event. The rule says that you have to register 3 months before at least. You have to send the synopsis and all 3 months before. Then the committee should approve it. Then it will come in the abstracts. Then only you will be allowed to present the paper.
Okay.
But yeah, I just walked it because a research guide and a professor in the Palakkad Victoria College. His name is Dr. Abdul Rashid. You can actually he came saw my research on Neelagiri Kaduva and he was literally shocked. So he told me that I should, because at that time it was only 2 or 3 days for the Indian Science Congress. So he told me that I should take part in the Indian Science Congress.
Heck yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah. And at that time, I was not having cash because I am doing my research without any financial support from the Indian government or Kerala government because I speak truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
I am an activist. I work against corruption. So the politicians doesn't like me. Yeah, I speak against religious fanaticism. I don't have a problem with any religion. I am perfectly alright if somebody worship their own God, but religious fanaticism is the biggest danger to the world itself, as you may know. So I am against religious fanaticism. So the religious fanatics of any religion are against me because I speak against that. Then, so I all these factors. Then the conventional scientists are very much jealous about me. A few in the top positions in the government are very much jealous against of me because they were not able to discover anything, whereas I am having a lot of discoveries, including a tiger-sized animal.
Well, there you go.
So,
You're showing them up and they ain't
yeah,
happy with it. So,
they are. You're correct. They are not happy at all with it.
well, Dijo, I think we're going
Yeah.
to go ahead and wrap this one up and then we'll try to get you on again. But
Pardon?
I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But we can have you
Yeah.
on again in the future. Is there any closing statements or anything you want to promote before we get off of here?
Yeah. We can close the interview right now, right?
Sure. Is there anything you want to promote before we get out of here?
Yeah. Actually, my thing, I have a request to the cryptozoologist community
Okay.
and genuine researchers. I have a request that as the Neelagiri Kaduva has been scientifically proven. And then again, I just would like to add that in the next Indian Science Congress, that is 1/4 Indian Science Congress.
All right. Well, we want to thank our guest, Dijo, for coming on tonight. And you know what, everybody out there in Cryptid Land?
Keep it creepy.
shadows creep. I'm trying to find the legend that the people keep. Bigfoot's the name, got a story to tell. Footprints in the mud, can't you hear the bell? Whispers in the night, can you feel that chill? Bigfoot on the run, he's a legend, keep it real. Bigfoot, yeah, he's the talk of the town. Creeping through the trees, never wearing a frown. Legend of the forest, he's got a big stride. As the trap beats thump, you know he's got pride. Like I'm on a quest, searching for the homie, you know he's the best. Got my camera ready, heightened senses on blast. Snap a shot of Sasquatch, legend unsurpassed. Eyes in the dark, you can't catch what you can't see. King of the woods, living wild and free. Bigfoot, yeah, he's the talk of the town. Creeping through the trees, never wearing a frown. Legend of the forest, he's got a big stride. As the trap beats thump, you know he's got pride.